Hey, how we doing? Oh, I just remembered that I do the tidbits, the tidbit from the love notes, and my cousin Charlie told me to do the flowers. So I said, well, I don't see why I can't do the flowers for the Sunday morning message on Thursday. So I got my flowers out the garden. So I'm gonna do a Sunday morning message, and it's called "Blessed at the Right Time." Alrighty. So the last time we checked in, we shared a prayer. All right, and we shared a prayer about our need to be faithful and to do good works for ourselves and for others. So I want to say it's a calling. It's a calling to do good works for ourselves and for other people, and vice versa. And because when we do right, right comes back at us. That's what happens. So let me tell you. Now, things might not come when we want them to do. We might be doing right, and things just don't happen when we want them to. Many times, a lot of time passes, and we just wonder when is it going to happen. But our faith keeps us believing that all is well and that we are loved. So love God blesses us at the right time. So now this kind of statement is really seated in Ephesians 1:11. It shares, love God works all things after the counsel of his will. And Psalm 33:1 and Isaiah 43:13 shares, nothing happens by chance or by just by accident. What appears to be merely circumstances is really the outworking of God's plan. You hear me? All right. So I'm basically going to go into a little everyday story. And, we talked some time ago about that little library that I was inspired to do the little library. My daughter, being a reading specialist, she told me all about the importance of reading and how it's really good to have a reading library in your, free reading library in your yard if you have the space. And so I did get it, and then I got it put up, and she painted it for free, and some other guys came and seated it in concrete for free and put the wood on the stand that it had to go on. And so basically I take care of my grandkids, and they were getting a kitty cab pickup to go to school. I was doing the morning care, and so I was out there getting them off to the kitty cab driver, and so I said, "Oh, look, there's some little kids this early in the morning getting books out of the library." And she said, "Wow, how do you get those books?" And in the meantime, my grandkids are giving her a little gift because we're like teaching kindness and giving. So she was getting some little treats for them, and they do it pretty regularly to thank her for what she does. Even though it's her business, she still does a great job being on time and looking good and teaching good values. So she said, "Well, how do you, how do you do that?" And I said, "Well, I either go to the thrift store or people donate, or people can just take books for free, and some people will bring it back." And she said, "Well, I'm going to bring you a big bag of books." So that was really great for the grandkids to hear her say that. And you know what? The next day she did. She brought a big bag of books. So that was really great seeing. It's like seeing God at work, for children to see it and for we adults to be exchanging like that, helping each other and giving to each other and sharing with each other. And so then what happened next was I sat the bag of books by my door, and I went to services on Sunday, and I came back and I saw all those books, and God spoke to me. He said, "Hey, you look great. Your car, you're in it. Why don't you just go in there by the door and get all those books and take them around to some of the other libraries and like distribute, like sort some of the books out, take some of what they have, give them some of your new books, and just go around to some of the libraries." And I said, "Oh God, I don't feel like it." He said, "Well, you're ready. You can do it. Just go ahead and do it. It's a good thing." And so I did. So I went around to several libraries, and then the last library that I went to visit was a library in a park. And I went there, and there were these young couples there. They hadn't been to services or anything, and they looked like nice people. They were strangers, and they had their kids. And so I walked through there with this big bag, and one little girl, I don't think the girl screamed at first, but I walked in and I didn't know these people, and I said, "Guess what, everybody?" And I didn't know him. I said, "I just heard from God, and He told me to get myself together and go around to the little libraries and swap up some books." And like, I don't know if people do it, but I said, "But He spoke to me and told me to do that, to go around and put some of my books in, take some of yours out, and move all the books around so everybody gets to see some of the really nice books. And so they said, wow, that's really nice. How nice of you. I said, thank God. He told me that, and I followed his instructions. And so then one of the little girls screamed out, Mommy, why is she taking our books? And she said, no, she's not. She's doing a good deed. She is giving some new books here and taking our books to put in another place, and she's sharing. So I'm just saying, God was there. He did the right thing at the right time, and I followed. I did what he said. I didn't want to do it, but I went around and I got a chance to minister those people. I got a chance to speak about God and how he spoke to me, how I had been to services and that I didn't feel like it, but I did it anyhow. And then I was doing this great deed of sharing. So even though I didn't say something to them like, you should be going to services or you should be doing this with books, I didn't have to say it. I just told them about my walk. And they were so excited. And so I'm just saying that is so beautiful when you're able to say something natural and organic and plant a seed. And that the power of God just reigns above when that happens, when you follow instructions. And I was able to bring forth the best of me. And I'm so thankful about that. And, because that happened and it's in line with what we were talking about, and I think, let me see what our topic was. That's in line with the topic. Being blessed at the right time. So everything happened at the right time about the books and the gifts going out to the kitty cab driver and then how she did that and they saw it. And then I got the books and then put them out in the community and then went around to other communities and took them. And then they got a chance to be ministered to about the goodness of God. Yeah, so isn't that cool? Yeah, so I'm so glad to share that with you today. And, I also want to say do loving deeds because love is action. It is action. And so this is the Sunday morning message on Thursday. Eat healthy, stretch, be thankful for the possibilities, and know that we love you. All righty, till next time. Bye-bye.